Hey folks, this is Brian from Compass Coaching, and I was just thinking about how so often the clarity, whether it's personally in our businesses, in our leadership, in our organizations, how that clarity often is mired by a lot of the financial things that are going on. I was at a board meeting for a nonprofit last night, and almost all of our conversations surrounded the financial situation. Not because the other stuff, the stuff that the organization is doing is amazing and it's great. But as most organizations, money is a big topic. It's a big issue. It's a big concern. And in this particular one of the issues was the clarity on the pathways forward, the clarities to get to yeses, to the things that and the opportunities that were lying in front of the organization were so often being held back or tempered or at least made unclear by the financial situation that the organization found ourselves in. And I mean, that's what we feel like in our personal lives, right? Like we want to go do this, we want to go get that thing, we want to go do these things, and yet oftentimes we feel like we can't afford it, or if we do it, what are we going to give up, or is it going to cause us to be in a worse financial position? And it happens in our businesses, right? We feel like we need to hire that additional person to our team, but we don't know where the money is going to come from to be able to do that. But if we don't do it, we know we won't be able to make more money. And so we find ourselves in these conundrums. And I just want to offer you that maybe one of the things we do when we find ourselves in those situations is we just try to spread out a map. Get a pen and a piece of paper, like old school style, get a pen, get an actual piece of paper, and sit down and start to chart the pathway. What are the things that are the important pieces to know about this? Jot them down, write them down, list them out, figure out all the different components to the problem that lies at hand, both the monetary sides and the maybe the professional sides, or the teams, or the other things in your personal life. Maybe that's your family or your schedule or your kids or your wife or different pursuits that your family has. Write it all down. Writing it down gives such clarity to what's going on. It helps us to be able to get out of our head a little bit and like the crazy whirlwind of anxiety and nervousness that happens and get things onto a piece of paper and to be able to start to look at it from a more structured type of lens. And then once we do that, we're going to try to start to make connections between those items. Do we want to go here, but it requires us to do this? Do we want to make this? Do we want to do this? And what we start to see is as we engage with this and we start to put stuff on paper, it becomes external to us. And most of us are better at giving advice to someone else than we are to ourselves. And so all of a sudden we've taken a step away, we can give better advice, and we can start to gain a little bit of clarity. And so there's just a couple minute takeaway of how in the midst of whatever the decision making you're going through, a quick way that you can help define and find clarity, increasing clarity in your business and in your personal life, in your personal finances, in your business finances, in the organizations that you lead. Clarity comes when we can begin to understand the fullness of the picture that lies in front of us.